I'll be explaining to you the pros and cons of the gun laws that are trying to be passed. When most people think of a gun, they think of danger. Well, in fact, guns have helped save several 100,000 to 2.5 million lives per year, according to Scott Batch. Having guns in the home will help scare intruders away because they feel if they enter the home, they may get injured or even end up dying. If the gun laws are changed, it's going to take our Second Amendment rights away. This is going to hinder self-defense. If someone comes into your home, how are you supposed to protect yourself and your family from this criminal? It will also give us the feeling of oppression. If the military and the government are allowed to have guns and civilians aren't, it will make us feel that the government can end up controlling everybody. The proposed gun laws are taking our Second Amendment rights away and are making it harder to protect ourselves from harm. The pros of changing gun laws. It will make civilians feel safer for the time being. I say this because once civilians realize that crime is not decreasing, they will end up being more scared than they are now since they won't have any guns in the home to protect themselves. It will also make it harder for criminals to obtain a gun. Another pro is that it will bring suicide rates down. It will most significantly reduce this in teenage suicide because they won't have access to their parents' weapons, and so when teenagers are going through their hormonal changes and are severely depressed, they won't have that opportunity to hurt themselves. If the gun laws are more strict, maybe shootings would be less common, such as the Virginia Tech shooting or the Sandy Hook shooting. Another pro is that it'll bring rates of accidental deaths down. I've heard and seen a lot of things about how young children end up killing themselves on accident by mishandling a weapon, and sometimes they don't even know that it is a weapon because they're too young to understand what a gun is. If the gun laws are changed, we may be in for some serious trouble. The cons of changing the gun laws. Civilians will have a harder time protecting ourselves. If there are no weapons in the home, how are we supposed to protect ourselves from intruders? We can't just wait for the cops every single time because they won't get there quick enough. Another con is criminals can obtain weapons from the black market. A study done by Kevin O'Neill states that 37% of criminals said they could obtain a firearm in a week or less. 20% of criminals said they could obtain a gun in a day or less. Another con is criminals will be more willing to enter the home knowing guns are most likely not going to be a problem. If criminals know that there aren't weapons in the home, they will feel safer going inside and being able to get out alive and without any harm done to them. Crime rates will rise if gun laws are changed. A study done by Professor John R. Lott Jr. states that murder, rape, and robbery will increase 6 to 10% if the gun laws are changed. Guns are needed for our protection and our family's protection. Gun ownership will make the chances of getting harmed or killed drop significantly. I truly believe that having a gun in the home is very necessary.